Michael Anton, author of The Stakes, man who wrote the very profound essay, UA 93, United 93, about the last election. America at the point of no return. Why do you think Gavin Newsom is locking down California? Even other Democratic governors aren't doing it as much.
I think to mask his own failure and California Democrats and progressive failures over the last several decades. Victor Davis Hanson likes to say that, a society that can't deal with pre-modern problems likes to indulge in postmodern fantasies. I mean, think of all the things that California in 2020, basic things it can't do. As you are learning right now, it can't keep the lights on, right? It can't clean the streets. There are diseases that have no medical names because they were wiped out in the Middle Ages that are now rampant in San Francisco and L.A. I could go on in this vein forever. The point is, it's so obvious that the state with the highest conception of itself, that thinks of itself as the future, a utopia, can't do basic things. And, you don't want the population to get restive and you want to cement your own power. Well, one way you do is you don't miss an opportunity and take this alleged pandemic. I mean, alleged, I guess it is a pandemic. It's just a lot less dangerous and deadly than they told us it was going to be in the first place, and use that to exert semi-dictatorial control. That's my best guess for why he's doing it.
Because it's irrational. That's why we have to guess.
Well, but also he's out of the same breath, he's complaining. I have last time I checked it was $51 billion is the deficit for the next fiscal year in the state. Well, why do you think that is, Governor? It's because you've closed the economy and you won't let businesses operate, and therefore you're not going to get any revenue. Why don't you think about a way to do a phased reopening and let people go back to work so that you can tax them at exorbitant rates again, and then you'll have some money in Sacramento.
I'm telling you, it's almost unbelievable to see what is happening. I want you to know, and I'd love you to react to this as a final moment here, and we're going to do a part 2 because you have too much to say. But I want you to explain to me, or not explain, I want you to react emotionally, intellectually, however you decide, why Americans, in this case Californians, are not protesting.
Well, I think, first of all, we have seen some Americans protest these lockdowns. There have been protests in other states. I think there have even been some in certain parts of California. But one reason is they have propaganda blared in their face 24/7. And the narrative right now is, this is a deadly pandemic, and if you want to go about living your life normally, you are a selfish person who will be responsible for death. And as false as I believe that narrative is, it's effective as propaganda, and it cows people.
That's right. You're right. We're going to have definitely a part 2 and 3. It's The Stakes. The book is up at DennisPrager.com by Michael Anton.